All right. Oh, theme number two. Two, two, two. All right, guys. Some of you may have done this before. Some this might be brand new. Either way, it's going to be a good review. If not, all right. How many of you love ribbon? So many fun ribbons out there, right? Kimberbell has so many cute ribbons. And a lot of times I see this frustration that happens with a lot of people when it comes to ribbon. So this is more of a little bit of a craft tutorial today, more than necessarily a sewing tutorial. But there's a lot of things right now that I think a lot of you are working on that requires little tiny bows with ribbon, okay? And whether they're like for a little baby's head, you know, or how, you know, if you're into scrapbooking, you're doing lots of little tiny ribbons. A lot of the Kimberbell projects, you actually tie ribbons and, you know, add those to there. Okay, can I give you just a quick little side note? This is how crazy Kris is. I tell you guys everything, right? Okay, quick little side note when it comes to ribbon. When Jessica was born, I'm almost embarrassed to tell this story. If my sister's listening, she's probably thinking, Kris, do not tell that story. But I just keep it real, okay? So I'm in the hospital. Jessica's my firstborn. You know how it is with one with your first baby. So she was absolutely adorable. She was born with all this dark, thick hair. And the cute, sweet nurse brought in one of these little bows, and it was in her hair. And so they were getting ready to release me to send me home at the end of my hospital stay. And she said, now, you know, are there any other questions you have? Anything that we can help you with? You know, I know there's a lot on your plate. You're a new mom. You probably are overwhelmed with lots of questions, you know. So she's probably thinking I'm going to be asking like a breastfeeding question, or what do I do with, you know, how do I get her back to sleep at night, or you know, just questions like that. Guess what my question was? And I start bawling my eyes out. I start crying uncontrollably. She's like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" I said, "How do you put these little bows in her hair? How do you make them stay? I don't know that. Nobody told me the answer to how to make these little bows stay in the baby's hair." I'm keeping it real, folks. Yeah, I was a mess. My goodness. And she was so sweet. She's like, "It's okay. It's okay. It's just a little bit of Carol syrup. And there you go." I was like, "Okay, okay." So, little side note about Kris. Jenny never had to worry about that. She had all boys. So, you know, the ribbon bow thing didn't have to be, it wasn't a problem. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. All right. So, let's go ahead and talk ribbons today. So, all right, I am going to show you how to make a tiny little ribbon with a cooking utensil, your eatery, right? So I've been having fun being home. No, not really. Being home is terrible. Well, no. Okay, back up. Being home is not terrible. It's just when you are laid up, that's when it's bad. There you go. That's a better way to say it, right? So I was playing around with some ribbons, and I thought, oh, you know what? I'm gonna make a cute little pumpkin. I was just, you know, I had this Kimberbell ribbon, and I thought I'm gonna do a little pumpkin. And so you know, this would be something like if you put it on top of a little alligator clip, it would be a cute little pumpkin in a girl's hair around this time, or something like that. With this pumpkin, I think next time if I were to do it again, I'll make it a little bit smaller, but super easy to do. And look at that. If I could have it be like this, or I could even put it like that, and then I've got a cute flower if I just flatten it down. But what I was going for was I wanted a little green ribbon to go on top so that it would resemble the pumpkin, right? There we go. But trying to get our fingers into the little ribbon holes is not a very easy thing to do. And so this is a question that I often get asked, especially when we would have like in-store Kimberbell events and things, and there were several projects where we had to tie little ribbons. You know, you may have seen the method where you do it on with your fingers, but this method is really easy, and that's with a fork. So that's what I'm going to show you today. And you can see again how tiny these little bows are. Oh, let's see if I can, I mean, they're just itty bitty. There we go. Now, the other thing when it comes to this idea is that this, of course, is just you know, your regular kitchen fork. But I have seen it where people have used even larger items, where they would use, you know, a larger fork, for example, or they might even use a pick, like a hair pick, you know, that's got lots of tongs in there. And I've even seen where a bow is made with a rake. A bow is made with a rake, if you can believe that. So what you want is you want tongs, and you're going to keep the openings where it's odd number. See how there's 1 opening, 2 opening, 3 opening, so that you have a center, and that's what keeps both sides of the bow nice and straight. So I'll go ahead and gonna just unroll some ribbon here for you. And this might be one of those things that the next time you're looking to make a bow and you go, now how was that done again, that you would go back to this video, because you might not remember, right? So I'm going to see if I can get this down here. Let's see, so you can see it a little bit better. And I'm kind of doing this upside down for you. So I have, now let me tell you, there are so many ways to do this. I have, over the years, I've seen every which way. This way that I'm going to show you is what I have found to be the easiest. So again, it's totally, you know, it's just up to what makes sense to you. So what I'm doing is I'm taking some ribbon and I'm bringing it around. My fold is over here on the left side, okay, of the fork. And what I want to make sure that happens is that my bottom of my ribbon is actually a little bit longer than the top. Okay, so let's see, can you see that? The bottom is a little bit longer than the top. Okay, because the bottom one is the one that we're going to be really working with the most. So what I'll do, oh, let's see if I can do this from here. Okay. You know, I'm going to try something else here. Hey, Jenny, would you mind helping me with filming this for a second? Okay, I'm going to grab Jenny because I'm afraid that I'm not going to do it very well enough for you if I try and do both. Okay, come back around to on the back side. Okay, and if you can kind of come up like behind me. Don't get my gray hair.
Hang on.
Right?
Like, what's our goal here? Like what?
My goal is that I want them to see this.
Can everybody see that?
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've wrapped this around. This is the fold, okay? And my bottom is actually longer than my top.
Hang on, my arm's getting tired.
Already?
Already, I'm a wuss.
Jenny.
I can't even do my hair.
Okay, I'm going to come back around and I'm going to go through the center, okay, where the center opening is between these tines. There we go. I'm going to come down there. Remember, this is out here. And I'm going to bring it up around the top and into that center again. Okay.
Sorry, I gotta adjust.
And then
okay.
Pull this tight. And then you're just going to take your right side that you have not played with yet and just now bring it around and tie it in a knot.
I feel like I'm on Survivor.
What?
Gotta hold this pose.
Oh. And that's it. Now when you look around to the front, that is absolutely perfect. And now I'm going to just pull this off and look at that bow. Can you see that, Jenny?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think.
Oh, that's really high.
I know.
Let's come up.
Well, I didn't want to hit you in the head.
Okay, come down here. Okay. This is...
I'm better.
We are so professional here. What can I say? Okay, so look at that. Isn't that cute and sweet and tiny? So fun. There we go. So then all you have to do is you're just going to trim it up. So you want to trim both sides at an angle. Have you ever done this, Jenny?
I think you showed me once, but I have boys.
That's right. There we go. There's the little bow. Sweet and tiny as can be. Shall I do it one more time? Okay, do it again. Joyce says do it again.
Okay, let me.
All right, we're going to try this
Can
again.
you stick your broken head down there and see if it's good?
Okay, yeah, let's... Can I stick my what?
Well, I can't see what I'm doing.
Oh my goodness, Jenny.
It's working. She
Okay.
really missed me.
I did. I love this lady. You guys know that. Okay, so I have my fork. My fold is on the left-hand side. The bottom of it is actually longer than my top, okay? Now, I have this kind of at an angle up here. I'm holding it tight on my left. This is down here. I bring this over top, but through the center of the fork. Through the center, right there is where I went. And I'm going to pull this out from the center and bring it up through the top middle again. Okay, I'm coming down. And that's it. Now, I take this piece that has just been sitting here and I'm going to tie it in a knot. Now, this is really the back side of my bow, all right? So if you're wondering, is this the front or the back? It is the back. I tie it tight. I look around to the front. Let's see. Maybe I need a
brighter bow.
Brighter bow. And now I'm going to pull this off. And I have a cute little bow. There we go.
Yeah, I don't think
You're saying it's too far away? Okay, let's see. Zoom in. That's perfect right now. Jenny!
Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Let me grab a different color ribbon. That might help. Okay, hold on, Smoky Joes. All right. We'll see how well I do with this one because this is a little bit thicker, okay? But hopefully you're going to be able to see this a little bit better. Let's try to do this again. All right. So, one more time. Maybe I should do a more professional,
No, I like this.
Okay.
Keeping it real,
I'm keeping it real. And you're seeing my messy office too, which is a disaster. It's pretty bad. Okay, so I've got my ribbon. Remember, I've wrapped it around. I have the fold on the left-hand side. This bottom piece is actually a little bit longer than my top. Okay? This is my bottom piece. I'm going to, I'm going to bring it around to the center and put it through the center prongs.
You got skills.
Just like this. I do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks. And then I'm holding on tight. And now I'm going to use that same ribbon and I'm going to come up through the top like that. And I'm holding on tight. now I'm going to take this one that I have not even touched, and I am going to tie it. Can you bring it down here a little bit? I'm going to tie it into a knot. Carolisa, have you done bows this way?
Have I what?
Have you done bows this way?
No, I'm watching.
And you tie it really tight. Urgh. Oh, look how good it looks in the back. Do you see that? That's the front of my bow. This is where I tied it. This is the front of my bow. Look how amazing that is. And now I just slip it off. That's how simple it is, you guys. Ta-da!
Cute.
Isn't that sweet?
So tiny.
It's so tiny. It would be so difficult to tie this bow with your fingers.
I need a baby now to put it on.
Yeah. Look how sweet. So you can put it on like little presents, like I said, scrapbooking, whatever, and you have perfect size bows. Okay, you're awesome, Jenny. Let's hear it for Jenny. Yay! Okay. Oh my goodness, that was rough. I hope you guys got it okay. But this is the bow. This is the bow. Isn't that sweet? So cute. So this is what I'm going to add to my little pumpkin. I'm going to add the bow on top, just like that. And now I have this fun little thing that afterwards I'm going to put a little alligator clip, and it's going to be for my little niece, for her hair. Won't that be fun? For Halloween. I know, Molly says I need a grandbaby to put it on. Tell me about it. Look how cute that is. Doo-doo. So, you know, you can make it as like a little brooch or something. That would be cute. You know. So, yeah. Which type of glue did you use for something like that? It's fancy stuff, my friend. Hot glue. That's what I used, was hot glue. So there you go. All right. Oh, thank you, Donna. You're so sweet. You guys, let me tell you, it is so good to be back. It is good for my soul. Good for my soul to be back. Yeah, Rose says, and no sewing needed. Yeah, this is a no-sew project. Now, I've seen where people have taken, you know, thread and needle and thread, and there's ways to do it that way. No. This is a no-sew project. So really easy to do, really fun. It's, and to do it with a fork. Ta-da! So anyway, pretty cool. Okay. Hey, don't forget, by sharing these videos all October, at the end of each week on Friday, we are choosing 3 winners to each receive a yard of free fabric of their choice. So we don't choose it for you. You get to choose the fabric you want. So by sharing our 3 at 3 videos. So hope you will join us in that. All right, my friends, what else can we talk about today? Meat fork for bigger bows. There you go, Donna. And hey, like I said, I have seen where people have taken rakes to make a big bow. The possibilities are endless, because really when you do it this way, you could even do double bows that way. You just end up you know, going through twice, or going through 3 times or something like that. So, you know, lots and lots of possibilities with being able to do it with a fork or with a hair pick. You know, is the hair pick? Is that what you'd call it? Yeah, like a pick. You know, it's got like 4 or 5 big long ones. So you can do bigger bows that way, whatever. So